guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jan's Show and you're watching Jan of Kaduna. If this is your first time here, welcome. And this is your second or third, or you've been with me from the very beginning. God bless you. Welcome back. In this channel, we talk about lifestyle, travel, and sustainable living. Today's video is going to be talking about travel, the train travel. If you have lived in Nigeria in recent times, like in the past 5 years, like in the last 5 years, you have noticed the comeback of the train transportation in Nigeria. Before now, the last time I've heard of a train ride was like 10 years ago. We saw a lot of train tracks because in the 60s, 70s, early 80s, even up to the early 90s, that was train rides were like one of the very, very cumbersome form of transportation within Nigeria. So to that aspect, we had a lot of train tracks, but we didn't see a lot of trains. I think throughout my lifetime, before the last 5 years, I could count how many times I had seen a train, and it was very fascinating to see a train because in my hometown, our family house is just by the train track leading to the Kafanchan station. So because of that, we saw trains like once in a blue moon, and it was very exciting to see. But now, thankfully, we have started to see a revamp of the whole Nigerian Railway Corporation, a revamp of the railway transportation. And for me, it's a welcome development because it's even a more sustainable form of transportation. Reduce the cars on the roads. I would say I didn't see a need for me to go through the train, through trains, unless maybe for adventure. But with the place where I live and the peculiar situation of where I live, the security situation, I just felt the trains were a safer option for me. The Abuja-Kaduna road has, they've been very unsafe in recent times. Even though, yes, people still travel by road, but I think it's safer. For me personally, it's safer to go by trains, and the trains are safer, they are more comfortable, and you don't have to deal with bad roads. Apart from the situation that happened in my last video. If you want to know what happened in my last video, go and watch it, then come back. Apart from what happened there, the trains have been stress-free for me. For someone that loves stressless journeys, I love to travel, but at the same time, I don't always like the stress that comes with travel. So if I get a stress-free alternative, I always jump on it. And the trains are like the stress-free alternatives within the Abuja-Kaduna route. Currently in Nigeria, the three train routes that are functional in Nigeria at the moment are the Lagos-Ogun train route, which became functional earlier this year. The Lokoja-Warri train route, that I'm not sure it's very functional, but according to reports, it's functional. Then the Kaduna-Abuja train route, which is the oldest that has been functional for like the past 3 to 5 years. It has been very functional, and that is the one I'm conversant with. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you about how to book your train ticket, how to get through to the train, what to expect on the train, and whatnot. So first off, how to get your train ticket. Firstly, you have to you have to go through the internet, because now they use e-ticket, which is the stress-free alternative. Before the e-ticket format started this late last year, before then you had to go through a tug of war to get tickets, especially through their Kaduna station. But thankfully, with the e-ticket, all you have to do is book your ticket at least 24 hours. No, the maximum is 24 hours before your train ride. You can't book before 24 hours, unlike maybe airline tickets. You can't book ahead of time like that. The highest you can book is 24 hours or 24 to 12 hours before your time of departure. That is the only time you can be able to book. So first, let's take you through how to book a ticket. So now that we've gone through how to get your ticket, the next thing is how to get on the train. So once you've gotten your ticket, you go to which station, whichever station that you booked to go through, that's the station you will go through. So for instance, I'm in Kaduna and I'm going to go through the Rigasa station, because most people living in Kaduna, they go through the Rigasa station because it's close to town. It's where most people, that's the closest option for a lot of people living in Kaduna. So they will go through the Rigasa station. You get through the Rigasa station. Now let me do some form of comparison. Now, if you are going through the Rigasa station, first off, before you climb the stairs that leads to the main station, there is a security check. The security check just happens to be a metal detector, that metal scanner, that hand one, and then they just check if you're not carrying things that are very perishable that could stain. They'll caution you that no, you have to put it in a way that couldn't be seen by other passengers and stuff like that. So you put it. That's the only form of security check. Then once you get to the doors of the station, like in the Kaduna station, we just have one way. The departure and the arrival is one side. So the only thing is just that people that for departure, you wait for those coming out to come out, and when they're done, before you guys are being called you guys are being called to be checked in. Now with the check-in, since it's e-ticket, either you have it on your phone or you have it printed, there's always going to be a barcode on your ticket. Now there's a barcode scanner. It's with the barcode scanner that you're scanned in and allowed to get on the train. So you get on the train as a seat number. How the seating arrangements are, you have an overhead compartment where you could put your luggages, and also on each coach there's close to the toilet, there's a mini luggage area for luggages that are heavier and bigger that can't fit overhead. So some people put those bigger luggages and heavier luggages there. So you sit down, sitting on around each seat has a charging port. Now it depends on the type of train. If the trains are newer trains, you're surely going to have charging ports at each seat. But if it's not at each seat, but if it's not a new train, you might not be able, if your coach is not a new coach, you might not have that luxury. But in recent times, I have the opportunity to ride on just the new coaches. So you have charging ports, so you could charge while you're going. But there's no Wi-Fi, so you have to rely on your own personal internet connection. If you don't have it, well, till you get wherever you're going to. So there's no Wi-Fi, but there are charging ports. You sit down. Everybody is expected to sit at their designated seat, but sometimes you could be lucky enough that all the seats are not occupied and you could change seats within the course of the journey. That's your choice. So usually they keep to time, but there are some instances where they don't keep to time. Now in situations like this, you don't have a choice because it's Nigeria, and especially in the Kaduna station, I've noticed there's a lot. There's bad customer service. They don't tell you what's going on. You guys could be on the train and you guys will just be there. Nobody's telling you anything unless you go ask them what the hell is going on. But other than that, your journey usually starts at the time they said, highest 10-15 minutes delay, and the journey starts. Once you start the journey, it depends if you have maybe passengers to pick at other stations, or maybe a delay, or maybe there's going to be a crossover with another train coming from the opposite route. You might have to stop at certain stations, but other than that, apart from this, you could have a smooth journey till you get to your point of till you get to your destination. Now usually there are stations like Kakao. The stations usually Kakao and Jere for Kaduna are possibly where you might stop if you're traveling from Kaduna. But from there, there's necessarily no stop. You might just be passing other stations, unless, as I earlier stated, there's something happening that they just have to stop. So you have your 2 hour 15 minutes train ride till you get to Abuja. Now from the Abuja station, as I said, is more organized, especially at the Idu station is more organized. You have your departure and the arrival section. So when where the people that are departing, you will not have to mix with the arrival section. So everybody goes his way. It's more organized at the Abuja section, at the Abuja station, especially the Idu station. Now let me talk about the Idu station. When you're coming in the Idu station, first off, the station is very big. Is well, like this one, you know that they thought out the station, like unlike the Rigasa station, like kind of looks like an afterthought. The Idu station is well thought out, and when you come in, you find when you come in, before you get into the main train station, into the main the lobby of the train station, you're first of all checked. There's going to be a security check where your tickets are checked first to be sure that you have a ticket before you even get into the departure lobby. Sometimes you might be allowed in, maybe you are a guardian or something, you might be allowed in even without the ticket. It depends, but most of the time they check you there. Especially when it was during the COVID period, it was only those with the tickets that were allowed into the departure lobby. But my last trip, I realized that because a lot of students were returning back to school, they allowed some parents and guardians to come into the departure lobby with their words. So when you're checked in, before you go in, you put your luggages through the scanner. You go through the metal detector scanner. Everything is more modernized in the Abuja, in the Idu station. And then when you come in, you could check at the I remember there was a situation I had at the when there was a time I was traveling from Kaduna to Abuja. I brought some products for some clients in Abuja, and I came with my belt hole puncher to put holes in the belt in case the holes were in enough or I needed to adjust. I scaled through Kaduna and I came to Abuja. I did all I had to do. When I was going back, my bags were put through the metal detector, that thing. When I remember the name, I'll put it somewhere. Our luggages were scanned through, and they told me I couldn't go through with that. I had to beg. My train was like 10 minutes time, and I had to beg and beg. And they were like, I'll never do this again. I will never do this again, before they let me go through. So in the Abuja station, in the Idu train station, it's more organized. When it's time for your departure, you come with your ticket and it is scanned also with a barcode scanner. How is it your ticket is scanned for you to even go through the doors. It's scanned before you go through the doors. Once the journey starts, with, let me say, like 15 to 20 minutes into the journey, your ticket, even in the Kaduna station, like within 15 to 20 minutes into your ride, your tickets are scanned again while you're in the train station, for them to catch people that might come in through the corners into the into the train. At the Abuja station, the when you're going down to the train, you have to go up, you have to climb up and come down. Now that part of the station is what I don't really understand. What's the use of going up and coming down again? What's the use? That part of the arrangement is what I don't understand. You have to be struggling with your load and climb up, and then struggle with your load and go down. It's tiring, though. Thankfully, you usually have train personnel, like other things. You usually have porters. Sorry, you usually have porters that will help you with your load for a fee. Of course, you have to pay. And usually, it's cheaper in Kaduna. The Kaduna porters are cheaper than the Abuja porters. That you should know. But usually, for a fee, they will charge you a fee for whatever they are going to help you with. So be prepared for that. Part of the expenses you also have to incur while you're going about your journey. Now, when you start your journey, everything is going smoothly. They don't feed you on the train. They don't feed you on the train, but they sell snacks on the train. They sell snacks, and for sure, the snacks are way more expensive. A bottle of carbonated soft drink, Coke, Sprite, Pepsi, goes for 300 last I checked, as opposed to 100, 150 in normal everyday. It's 300. Meat pie 300. Like things, I think the cheapest thing they have is like a bottle of water that goes for 150 or 200. That's the cheapest. So you should also have that in mind. Either you buy your food or your snacks before you go on the train. They will let you get in with your food or snacks. They'll let you get in with them, or you buy whatever you get on the train, or you carry your belly and face front till the end of your 2 hour 15 minutes ride. So at the end of the ride, usually when you get to where your destination, you have the option of Uber or whatever. You always have people around depending on the state. For instance, in Kaduna, you will always have tricycle riders, like keke riders. You have taxis. If it's in Abuja, big man place, you also have those opportunities. But for instance, the bikes, you have to go a bit further to get them. Or you always have but you could also have buses too, but you have to go a bit further. And usually there are times, especially at the Kubwa station, that you can be able to get bus rides. But other than that, you have cabs to get you to wherever you want to go to. So the train rides are very, very stress-free when they want to be stress-free. No, they're stress-free generally, unless you guys have coins like the one I had during my last ride, the last time I traveled to Abuja. But other than that, the train rides are stress-free. I believe because I know that Nigerians, we have bad maintenance culture, but I believe if they have good maintenance culture, these train rides will go a long way in helping our transportation problems. Because now I don't have to bother about the wahala of the Kaduna Abuja road, apart from even the insecurity. The bad roads, those roads are bad, and I have to go stress-free. With the train track, you don't have bumps. Phew, you're there, phew, you're back. You could sleep, though not very comfortably, but it's okay. It's okay. It's an experience that you should surely have if you are within the areas that have the train routes, or if you happen to find yourself within those areas. Please try them out. It's an experience that you surely want to have, and I hope that they open more train routes, and we could also have intercity rides. It would be wonderful to be able to have intercity rides. You don't have to bother about hold-ups, traffic jams. You get to wherever you want to go to, anyhow you want to go to, and it's very, very, I enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope with these 3 points of mine and with what I've said in this video, it will help you make your mind about taking your first train ride in Nigeria. So till my next video, like, subscribe, watch, share, do all that good stuff, and keep on being good for yourself. And to my next video.